YouTube's war on adblock continues. Honestly, kind of pathetic.
YouTube loves ads more than P. Diddy loves baby oil. They have made so many decisions that all revolve around feeding people as many ads as possible and in many ways as possible. I'm sure all of you...
I read yesterday that they're gonna do this thing where ads can play while the video is paused. This is gonna end up with people who buy ads at one point suing YouTube because they're just showing ads everywhere where people are not actually watching them.
You saw a few days ago they announced that they're officially fully rolling out the ads experience while a video is paused.
Yes, that is, by the way, the exact post that I saw.
So now when you pardon my phlegm, I had to go take care of business there. So now when you pause a video, you can be served an ad. They call it the pause experience. I love that nomenclature. That is so fucking silly. This is the pause experience, which is why we're serving you a Dunkin' Donuts ad. But I'm not here just to focus on YouTube's abundance of ads. I'm here to talk about...
Dude, YouTube needs some kind of decent competitor because this is just getting out of hand, okay? Imagine, because this is the thing. If the ad was silent, that's okay, honestly, because you would probably not even notice it, honestly. But the ad is probably going to have sound. Which means you're doing something on your first monitor, and on the second you have YouTube paused, or whatever else, and suddenly there's just ad noises. Dude, that's gonna be such a disaster.
About its war.
Honestly, the easiest way to get past all of this is not just re-downloading adblock every 5 minutes. YouTube Premium, it costs like $10. It's cheaper than a Netflix subscription or whatever. Don't have any of those. I have only 2 subscriptions. So, you know, not spending a lot of money on that. I think it's absolutely worth. No hustle, no nothing.
On ad blockers. This is something that's been going on for a while now. There's been tons of mangled corpses left out in the street from this battle, and now there's been a new casualty. Me. So, I've noticed over the last few days, and I know I'm not alone, that YouTube has done a lot more to beef up its protocol against ad blockers. So, when I've been trying to watch videos on my account that is not a premium subscriber, I've been getting this notice. Video player will be blocked after 1 video. It looks like you may be using an ad blocker. Video playback will be blocked unless YouTube is allow listed or ad blocker is disabled. Ads allow YouTube to be used by billions worldwide. You can go ad-free with premium, and creators can still get paid from your subscription. YouTube lets you get 3 free samples in there with your ad block still enabled, but they hate ad block. They hate that more than P. Diddy hates security cameras. So they give you...
Actually, P. Diddy loves security cameras. That's his favorite thing. That's how he got all the footage of all the people at the parties. Come on.
These 3, but once you finish your rations, they shut you down. They put the kibosh on that. They give you this. Ad blockers violate YouTube's terms of service, and then it's the same bullet point list there, and then you can't watch any videos going forward unless you disable it or pay for YouTube Premium. Now, this isn't new. I remember this rolled out like a year ago as kind of a soft launch where some users experienced this, but not all users. And uBlock Origin was able to get around this no problem. Now, I wasn't using uBlock Origin. I had this happen briefly a year ago, or maybe it wasn't a year ago. Time moves so differently when you hit 30. It's like entering into a fucking black hole. Everything's all cat.
Yeah, true. Turns out, I thought a day had passed. Turns out a year had passed. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Wampus when it comes to the perception of time. But whenever it was, months ago, I had this happen occasionally for like a day or so, just using normal ad block, and then it went away. I'm guessing that it was just an experiment and they decided just to put it back in the fucking shoebox or whatever. But now we're back at the rodeo, and this has been going on for 4 days for me. So I decided, let's see if uBlock Origin works. So I grabbed uBlock Origin, and sure enough, it gets around this no problem. But I can't help but wonder, how long will it last? Because YouTube is constantly trying new ways of feeding you ads. And
yeah, this is the question also I have. How long will people keep on trying? Because these blocking companies, they have to spend resources, time, and whatnot to do this. YouTube has people on constant payroll that are just gonna muck around and make these ad blockers not work. It's gonna be a crazy situation to see who gives up first. And spoiler alert, yeah, YouTube's probably not giving up.
And breaking ad blockers. Like, they clearly villainize it. It's very obvious. They're not pulling any punches. They're not trying to hide or anything. They are saying, if you use an ad blocker, it's against our terms of service.
Well, yeah, but I have a feeling that he does not understand what's going on here. YouTube has all the moral justification of any kind that you can dream of being against ad blockers, because it is actively damaging their business. This is fine. This is the equivalent of a hot dog salesman being against people who try to steal from him effectively. Now, obviously, none of us care about what YouTube does or what happens to it in that sense, because it's a giant mega corporation, so who gives a shit? Especially after YouTube has been censoring things for years, especially free speech, deeming everything that they want bad and things like that. So there's not going to be any pity against YouTube. But make no mistake, YouTube is on the right side of choosing to say, yeah, you can't use adblock on our platform. They are. They sadly are.
It violates it. So the fact that uBlock works is probably something they're not overly thrilled about. And I remember a few months ago, Mudahar made a video about how YouTube is experimenting with server-side ad injections. So, like, they are constantly trying to innovate in ways to blast your ass with ads.
Twitch also wanted to do this. Pretty sure they didn't. That the ad would actually be inside the video, inside the stream that you watch, so there would be no way to skip it.
And right now, uBlock is able to put like a shield on your butt cheeks to stop this from happening, but will it always work with getting around YouTube's...
Nah, YouTube at some point will ram through.
Ads? I have no clue. I'm way too fucking stupid to have the answer to that question. Why are you even asking me? I struggle to remember how to do long division sometimes. Clearly, I wouldn't have the answer to this one.
I don't know what's long division, but I probably know how to do it. Because not American education.
But I do think YouTube is...
By the way, is this true, America, that you need that in the 6th grade all your kids need to just know basic pluses and minuses, not even division or multiplicatives? Because that's insane.
Probably having like an entire dedicated fish tank all focused on brainstorming how to break uBlock Origin and every other ad block to force people into either paying for YouTube Premium or allowing ads on the site. What I do know for sure is that the internet itself is unusable without an ad blocker. Period. Full stop. I'm not being...
Don't agree. I actually don't have an ad block. I have never had an ad block, except for my porn browser. That has an ad block for obvious reasons.
Exaggeratory. It is literally not possible to use the internet without an ad block. Go to any mainstream journalist website, try and read an article without an ad blocker, you will find maybe 2 sentences that are broken up by 5 ads.
So you see, that's your mistake. You're going there. Dude, Twitter can supply you with all the news cuts.
An auto-playing ad, a banner ad, audio ads that play in the background. You can't get any of the content on the internet anymore without an ad block. It doesn't exist. The ads are the content. Like, that is the internet now. It's fucking tragic. And YouTube is bad without an ad block because unskippable ads out the wazoo, ads that play even when you pause a video now, like, it's excessive. I know I already made a video on this topic like 6 months ago about how the internet doesn't function without an ad block anymore, but it needs to be driven home just how bad of an experience that is. It's not even an experience. At that point, the only experience you're getting is like brainwashing. It's like the ads are used as a form of hypnotism against those that
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point of ads in the first place. Yeah, they're supposed to subconsciously influence you to buy shit. That's literally the point of them. Yeah.
First, the cyberspace without protection. Like, if you don't have the ad block condom on, you're fucked. Like, you're walking away with the worst diseases imaginable. It's awful. It cannot be overstated how awful using the internet without an ad block is. So when it comes to YouTube in particular, it's not as easy as
Maybe I don't think like that because I don't use an ad block and have never used. Maybe the experience is massively different. But then again, I don't really go to any sites except YouTube, and again, I use premium, so I'm kind of fine.
just like oh, okay, I guess I'll go ahead and turn off my ad block. It's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal. Because then if you're trying to watch like a 10-minute video, that'll turn into like a 20-minute experience because it'll be 10 minutes of trying to watch that video with 10 minutes of ads like slapped on top of it. That's exaggeratory. I know it's not to that extreme, but it is a much, much worse experience. And it's not.
Well, yeah, even a 20-second ad can ruin your experience of watching a video. Trust me, I know. I put ads on my videos.
Like getting YouTube Premium is free or anything. That's 14 clams a month. That's an expensive subscription, especially when everything in.
Oh god, here we go again. Millionaires telling you $10 on a month. No, it's not. Listen, if you can't afford $10 a month for a premium subscription for YouTube, bruh, you got bigger issues to worry about than goddamn ad block not being usable, okay? You need to straighten out your life, you need to figure out what's wrong with you, and you need to do shit, okay? Because if you can't afford $10 a month for a single thing, you're kind of cooked, okay? I'm not gonna lie. You're absolutely, without question, cooked. Now, it's different for other countries where when $10 would be way more money, technically. You know, but we're not talking about Zimbabwe, okay? Where $10 is gonna buy you a goddamn mansion. No, we're talking about pretty much 90% of the world that's watching this video, right? If you can't spare $10, which does add up at the end of the year, it's like you have bigger problems than just an ad block, and most people can spare those $10. You probably just need to cancel one of your 15 other Netflix, Hulu, Viapool, Peacock subscriptions that you currently have going that you never use. Okay, I have never had a Netflix subscription. You know why? Pirate Bay. Well, Pirate Bay doesn't exist anymore, but you get the point.
In the world is subscription based now. Fucking subscription based oxygen access at this point. Like everything is subscription based. So it's $14 on top of whatever other things you're subscribed to. It's not a low amount of money by any means at all. And YouTube without an ad block is just kind of dog shit. It really is. Nobody wants to be fed a ton of ads that they can't skip, they have no control over, and you can't escape from them. You can't even pause a video and be safe from the ads. They'll come through and fucking jump scare you, even on the pause screen now. So it's not like a super simple thing to just be like, I'll go ahead and allow it. One tactic I've seen used a lot when it comes to this, the spin that gets put on it occasionally, is if you use an ad block, you're taking money away from the creators. By turning your ad block off, you're supporting them, you're able to help them get more money from the content.
Technically true, but who cares? I know most of my viewers are using ad block. Well, I wish that you didn't, but I'm not gonna try and stop you.
They create. And the thing is, I think the majority of creators on the platform really don't give a shit about that. I've seen most of them say like, hey, you need to have an ad block. Like, I think most creators are very well aware that a user having a positive experience while watching their content is more important than that user giving them a couple extra doubloons because they got fed 12 ads. If someone's trying to watch your video and it becomes like a headache, they're probably not
from that perspective, yes,
not going to come back. And that's much worse for the creator. So I don't think that it's necessarily the most creator positive thing in the world to turn your ad block, to watch every ad and everything like that. And I don't think there's many creators that push for that either. Now, I'm stupid, but I'm not too stupid to understand.
No, people would definitely push for that if they had the opportunity. People don't think about it because as a YouTuber, you have no way of calculating your losses with ad block. Even though probably 50% at least of your audience is actually using ad block. But you have no way to calculate the damages done to you. If people would actually see, oh, I'm missing like 70% of my actual revenue because of ad block, people would probably beg for it so people don't use ad block. And that would be understandable from that perspective, but this is kind of a really dumb situation in general. I mean, everyone's right from a perspective in this situation.
Understand the importance of ads. It's what puts money in the pockets of YouTube. It's what allows it to exist, and it is what creators make the bulk of their revenue from. Like, I get how important ads are, but what I would do, instead of focusing on finding new ways of making intrusive ads to ruin the user experience, I would instead focus on just having everything be as user friendly as possible. I don't think there's a single person in the world that has a problem with skippable ads. You just get a few seconds of an ad, and if it's a good ad, you might stick around and finish it and see what it's actually advertising, but a lot of people aren't interested, so they'll skip it. And having it be unskippable doesn't necessarily help the product. If someone already is tuned out...
I'm pretty sure all of my ads are skippable, right? Except the pre-roll, I think that should not be skippable, maybe? But yeah, I think they all should be skippable.
Doesn't care about it, and now they're annoyed because they can't skip it. They're not going to be getting that fucking product.
Though I'm not sure because it's been a while. Previously, YouTube actually gave you the option of adding a skippable and non-skippable ad. I always added a skippable ads, but I'm not sure what's happening now because I no longer have that option to pick is it skippable or not.
At least, I don't think so, and a lot of them are just going to click out of the video anyway because now it's become a chore to even get to the video. Twitch is the biggest culprit of that phenomenon, where if you're watching a stream and you get fed like 5 30-second ads in the middle of the broadcast, most people leave the stream or get up and go do something while the ads are playing. They're not even...
Yeah, the reality is, if I had a source through YouTube to make money and I did not have to run ads, I would not run a single goddamn ad. Well, maybe just at the back, like I would compress 3 billion ads so no one actually sees it. But, you know, if there is an option that you have enough money and you're making enough money and you have the option to not run a single ad, you should always, as a creator, choose the option to not run a single ad, because getting people to stick around and watch you longer is way more better than actually making those 10 extra cents. That is true.
Even watching the ad. So your marketing push has failed. Like, I don't think it's effective to do that. I think the most effective ads are the skippable ones. If you can hook someone... Man, I'm having voice cracks and, like, fucking congestion here. I'm finally feeling better from COVID a little bit, but man, I still sound like I'm hitting a new puberty. But skippable ads. You can get someone...
That's normal for you, yes.
...someone's attention in a short period of time. If you have, like a...
Well, anyway, I guess that's pretty much it. That was Moist Critical. Very not critical, very not moist. Bye-bye!